Hey everybody.
Hello, welcome to Chicks and Tips for this Friday. I'm Emily.
And I'm Emma.
And today we are going to be talking about these two awesome mountaineering boots, just so that you can kind of have a think about what you might want to get for the last little bit of the season, or if you're thinking about for next year, for winter. So we're reviewing the Rapace and the Equilibrium, Sportiva Aequilibrium. This is the Salewa Rapace. So yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Let's get into it. So if you're thinking that you want a mountaineering boot, there's a few things you've got to think about, and it all depends on what you're going to be using it for. So if you're thinking you just want to head out to Angela's Hut, do a few easy grade 1 peaks, or even get into your mountaineering course, you are probably just wanting like a B2 boot, which has a 3/4 shank in it. So it still has a little bit of flex through the midsole, but it's not as stiff and super rigid as a B3 full mountaineering boot, which means that it's not as well insulated as that boot. But if you're not doing crazy ice climbing and these crazy trips, you don't really need it. So. Nice. Yeah. So some differences with these two, obviously you've got a leather upper on here and a synthetic upper over here. Makes this boot a little bit lighter, but I feel personally me, I prefer a leather upper, just a little bit hardier. It's not going to get snagged on anything, on any rocks. It does take a little bit more care to keep the leather nice and supple so it doesn't dry out, but yeah, love that about the boot.
So with this one, you've got quite a soft upper around here, so when you're wearing it, it is really nice around your ankle, and it's got this flex system, so it's designed to allow really good ankle mobility and comfortability while you're wearing it. So I find it really comfortable around my ankle. The Equilibrium's also got a toe guard down here, which prevents against your toes chafing. So that's a really good feature about this one as well. And also you've got, which I think is probably one of the coolest features, is this double heel on here. So I don't know if you can quite see, but it's got a really chunky heel. That's a chunky boot. But this is designed for extra grip, but also going downhill, so that you're really, really stable as you're going down. I literally have never slept in these, ever. And they're also designed to really grip to rock. So this is quite rubbery. This is very grippy to every surface, really. I found it's fantastic. So it's a Vibram sole as well, and you've got Goretex. The weight of this one is 515 grams, so this is quite a light boot
compared to 729, so a little bit heavier. Yeah, and this one has a Vibram sole as well, but as you can see, the construction is totally different. So this one I found is really great in snow and ice, not as great on wet rock, wet roots, because I actually wore it on Speargrass track up to Angela's. Super comfy, no blisters, but it was a little bit slippier in those other sections.
I have heard that, yeah.
Yeah. And then you'll notice the laces on these boots as well. They're a climbing shoe style, so they come all the way to the toe, and that's so that you can really cinch it in and get a nice cozy fit. And then likewise, if you've got a bit of a wider foot, you can let out those laces and make it a bit wider, which is kind of the reason I went for this boot. This is actually the men's, can you believe? That lovely red. And I went for the men's to get a bit of extra width across the forefoot, and honestly have had no issues, no blisters whatsoever, which is crazy.
So definitely the wider boot, the Rapace.
Yeah, the wider boot of the two. I remember I put those on and they were comfy, but I could feel straight away that they were a little bit narrower, pinchy on me. Yeah.
Yeah, which is notorious for the Sportiva being a narrower shoe.
Those little European feet.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I have a really narrow foot, but I know I find these okay. So I think they're a little bit wider than some of the trail running shoes and stuff. Yeah. What else about this? This boot has I've talked to people who have done 6-hour just normal hikes in these as well. I heard about someone walking to Blue Lake in them, and I was really? Yeah. So I think it shows that they are really comfortable. For me, you won't get me in a boot unless I absolutely have to be in one.
Same.
Because I've broken 4 toes, and they just do not like boots. However, these actually, they're great for me, but I wouldn't choose to wear them unless I have to. Yeah. But
that's what's great about a B2 boot over a B3 boot. If you don't need to wear a B3 boot, you can use them as your approach shoe to wherever you're going. Whereas most people will wear a comfier boot up to the mountain and then change into their mountaineering boots and their crampons and head up. Whereas these, you can just wear them the whole time, which is what I love. No faff. You just leave them on. It's great.
Yeah, if I didn't love my ultras so much, I probably would wear them the whole time.
Yeah,
but you don't.
Nice. I guess the downside is the not lack of insulation. They're still insulated, and the inside is really plush and soft. Have you found that in yours as well? Like they just feel nice on the inside.
I think that would be definitely a pro on those of being a little bit plusher. These aren't they're not comfortable, but I think they would definitely have a little bit more. Yeah.
And then I guess if you're wanting to do more like grade 2, grade 3 mountains and get into some crazy conditions like down south and stuff, going for that B3 route so you do get extra insulation would be worth it. Like I've definitely noticed out in the snow, my feet get a little bit cold. Even if I've double laid my socks, standing in the snow is cold. As soon as I'm up on my crampons, my feet are like quite warm because they've got that bit of air in between them. But yeah.
So that would be
super warm.
If you're going to do bigger trips, say maybe 2 to 3 days, and you know you're going to be in snow, you'd go for like, what would you go for?
The Nepal?
The Nepals, yeah.
Or
Karakorums.
the Karakorums.
Yeah, and they're like just thick and insulated.
Chunky,
awesome.
Beast of a boot. Next level. All right. Hope that's answered some of your questions about the boots, which ones to go for. But they're always worth a try on in store. So come in, pop a pair on, give them a go. And start doing your research ready for next year, winter.
Yeah, but I love my boots. I think these are really sexy as well.
They are the sexiest.
I'm like, these are so nice. And the guys' ones are just, Jessie's got the guys' ones, so they're just so nice.
Are they yellow?
Yeah, the guys' ones are yellow, so, but yeah.
Nice. Wicked. Well, we had so much fun doing all our mountaineering and winter stuff over the past few months. Hopefully you guys have loved tuning in and following along. But we definitely recommend getting out next year and doing a course and learning some stuff and meeting people.
Hey, it's so worth it.
Yeah. And the landscape is so different in the snow. So if you're just a fair weather tramper, see if you can branch out a bit.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yay. All right. Have a great Friday. Come and say hi if you're around town.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wicked.
Awesome. See ya.